I just be gold winning Roseau again. Same place outside.
This lady asked me, sorry sir, where's D&D Plumbing and Electricals now everybody talking about? I said, ma'am, D&D is located on 2nd Federation Drive, Goodwill, above Nagico. It's that green and orange building. D&D, we also do services and sales, general plumbing such as PVC pipes and fittings, kitchen faucets, bathroom faucets, shower valve, and all the other functional parts needed for your loo or toilet. At D&D Plumbing, we have in stock inline ball valves, check valves, and all the other parts that are necessary for a job well done. And now for the big one, baby, don't forget your drain busters to unplug your waste pipes. People don't have to know your business. D&D also got your pressure reducing valve to reduce water intake, thus reducing your plumbing expenses. The reason why customers just keep coming to D&D is because of the great customer service, exceptional product knowledge, and hard to find plumbing items and tidbits. D&D on Lower Federation Drive, the full comprehensive plumbing services, repairs, maintenance, and installations. Just watch out for the green and orange. This lady asked me, and fittings, kitchen faucets, bathroom faucets, shower valve, and all the other functional parts needed for your loo or toilet. At D&D Plumbing, we have in stock inline ball valves, check valves, and all the other parts that are necessary for a job well done. And now for the big one, baby, don't forget your drain busters to unplug your waste pipes. People don't have to know your business. D&D also got your pressure reducing valve to reduce water intake, thus reducing your plumbing expenses. The reason why customers just keep coming to D&D is because of the great customer service, exceptional product knowledge, and hard to find plumbing items and tidbits. D&D on Lower Federation Drive, the full comprehensive plumbing services, repairs, maintenance, and installations. Just watch out for the green and orange building.
All right. Good morning to you, Mr. Roberts. Good morning to you. Welcome to another stop there from D&D.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, and Matt. And how are you this morning? I hope you're doing well, and your listening audience. I hope everybody's fine and ready to go for the day today. Matt, this morning we are just so thankful and grateful again and again every first day, as we meet with you and your audience, just to share what is happening at D&D every Thursday, just to let our listening audience know, well, we are D&D Plumbing and Electrical Inc., and we are located on number 2 Federation Drive, that's up Goodwill, going up to the hospital, just a little above Nagico on your right-hand side, that stone-looking building with orange and green. There's a big sign out there, D&D. You cannot miss us. You can reach us if you're not passing by or just going through. You can reach us on our numbers, 449-0542, or you can call us on our cells. That is 285-9643 or 616-7505. You can also email us at ddplumbinge@gmail.com, or you can like us or visit us on our Facebook page at D&D Plumbing and Electrical Inc. Matt, this morning we are just so happy to be on again and to share with our customers, the listening audience, those that are listening right here locally and those that are listening far and wide. We just want to say thank you so much and good morning to you, and just thank you for being on again and again. And Matt, this morning we want to let our customers know we are waiting for them just to serve them, which we take pleasure in, just serving our customers, whether they are new customers or prospective customers, even those that are hearing us. We want to tell them to come down. You've been hearing about D&D. You need to come down to D&D and really experience what we are talking about, our great product, quality product and great prices we have at D&D. You need to come down to D&D just to do some business with us. You have some plumbing needs, whatever they need, you come down to D&D, whether it's you need some services done at your home in the area of plumbing or electrical. You can call D&D at the number that we gave, 449-0542. Our cell number is 285-9643. You can reach us. And I often tell the listening audience, the public, that if they cannot come to us and, they need any information, they can WhatsApp us on the 28596 for free, so we do respond as quick as possible. And if everything goes well, you desire to have any product from us, you can also choose to pay online via NBD Mobile Banking. You can do that. And we also deliver for you. Terms and conditions apply. But we are every day trying our best to make shopping affordable, make shopping easier for you, give you that great experience as you come at D&D each day. This morning, Matt, we want to continue to remind customers and let them know of our products that we have available. And there was one in particular that I did mention that we would have soon coming, which is a drain primer. And we have it available. Want customers to know if there is any flood drains that you have and you are not using it. When I mean not using it, if you're in the shower and you're using your shower every day, it has a trap. That means it always have water. There's not a chance for the trap to lose the water or the water being evaporated, so that you would get the gas smell or the sewer smell back to the surface in the washroom or wherever you have that drain. But if you have a drain, a flood drain that is not in use, that means constantly you have to be pouring water in that drain so that the gas smell, the fume from the sewer system does not come back to the surface. Now we have a product, it's a new product you could put in the drain, and Matt, it's also has a nice smell as well, a lavender smell. So when you put it in the drain, Matt, it does not evaporate, because a lot of time I go in homes and you have persons that what they do, they take paper and they cover the drain, or they use duct tape and they cover the drain. Now, supposing you have a flood at night, flexos burst, it rupture, something happened, you have a leak, maybe a pipe or something rupture, broke, and you have that flood. There's no, while you were doing the construction, a great idea came to you and you say, well, let me put a flood drain just in case an emergency. You have the water flowing in the house, it can exit, it can go through the drain system and out. But when you cover it, it cannot do that. The purpose for which you intended is no longer, because you cover it with tape, you cover it with paper, whatever. That means the water cannot access or, go down to the drain and out. But you don't have to cover it. That's what I want to tell you. You don't have to cover it. You can use this liquid. It's a liquid drain trap primer. You pour it in there and it stays. It does not evaporate. So you don't have to worry about you getting that gas smell, etc. You just pour it in there and it stays in there. It also gives the space a nice smell as well. So if you are in the shower, you don't really need it, because there's no time that the water will evaporate to get the gas smell. But any drain you have outside, in your kitchen, outside the washroom, or in the washroom rather, any space that you have a extra drain, just in case of an emergency that is not being used on an everyday basis, it's going to evaporate. So that's where the liquid come in. You could pour the liquid and then it will not evaporate. So we have that new product, Matt, and I really just want to introduce it to, the listening audience out there, the public out there, so they can know, they don't have to cover the drain anymore. We have that liquid. You can pour a few ounces in there, depending on the size of the pipe, the size of the drain, and the directions are there, to follow. So you can just pour a little bit and it lasts as long as, So, Matt, this morning we also want to remind our customers, of our promotion that we launched last week, which is our Easter promotion. It's so exciting promo, and we have that every Friday, which started on the 13th, which was last week, and we have It coming up tomorrow, which is the 20th, and also the 27th, which is Friday, is every Friday. And also we have it on the 4th of April, which is the Saturday before Easter. So it's so exciting program, so we want to tell our customers to enjoy that opportunity where you can, we have a store-wide sale even on that Friday, which is from 12.5% to 15%. But that lucky person who find that clue in the shelf, it's somewhere hidden, it's a treasure, like you have a treasure hunt. So you look for it, looking around, you might luckily looking around maybe a few fittings, and you may just get the clue, get that piece of paper that has a little question on it. Once you answer it, you get an additional 5%. So we want to tell person to come down tomorrow, Friday, where they can get some discount and also an additional discount if they get that, question, wherever we hit it, wherever it is, if you get it, you can get an additional 5%. So our so exciting program for Easter, we want to tell persons to come down and enjoy that every Friday, as we look forward to serve them, where they can also win some, some price, not prices, but discounts, even additional discounts throughout the program. So this morning we want to thank Matt, your audience, and we want to remind them, to come down to get their liquid drain trap primer so that they can pour down in the drain. And we also have some other new arrival, which we have our seal tape, have the tape, but now we have the compound, or it's in a paste form, so you don't have to use the tape. You just use that, pass it on the thread, and especially if you're doing gas line, etc. That's a good application you can use, to put on the thread. So we want to tell person there are other new items that we have available. We want to tell them, come down to D&D and have a look, come and get your product, get your supplies, get your quality stuff at D&D, and where our prices are great, unbeatable. We want to tell you to come down to D&D every Friday, every day, where we just wait to serve you. Just a pleasure serving you. So this morning we want to let you know, maybe you're just joining us, you're wondering who is speaking, where they're speaking from. We are D&D, Plumbing and Electrical Inc., and we offer sales and services. We come to your home, we offer plumbing services. If your tap is leaking, you need your washroom needs some upgrading, you need a toilet to change, a face basin, you have maybe a pipe just leaking on the outside and you don't know where it's coming from. Anything to do with plumbing, you call D&D and we can come over to your home and have that resolved for you. Okay, so this morning we do want to thank our listening audience, our listening public. Thank you so much for taking the time out every Thursday listening to us and what we have to offer and what's happening at D&D. We want to tell you thank you so much for your listening. Thank you so much. And Matt, this morning we do want to just let our customers know we have all our pipes, all our fittings, the parts for the toilets. We also have items that we are trying to move out, which we have some larger discount on coming Friday. So on selective items, we have some higher discounts. So we want to tell customers to come down Friday. Don't forget today we also, open not just tomorrow, but tomorrow, Friday, will be a store-wide sale. Yes, you get 12.5, 15%. If you get that lucky clue, you will get an additional 5%. So we want to tell you to come down to D&D and do some business with us. And thank you so much for those of you who are so loyal. Every day you come, we just want to say thank you so much. Matt, this morning we just want to thank again and just tell our listening public you can call us at 449-0542 or 285-9643. And we are D&D Plumbing and Electrical Inc. And we just want to tell everyone, have a great day, a productive day, a successful day today. And Matt, you and your team, thank you so much again.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rabbis. Thank you. Looking forward to talking again and say hi to the rest of the team there at D&D. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Matt.
All
Yes,
right,
bye-bye.
Dominica. We continue to, of course, monitor the situation there in Cuba, where we have a number of students, and we're hoping that very soon we'll be able to get an update as to just what is taking place in Cuba. We'll continue that discussion there in a minute, okay?
This lady asked me, sorry sir, where's D&D Plumbing and Electricals now everybody talking about? I said, ma'am, D&D is located on 2nd Federation Drive, Goodwill, above Nagico. It's that green and orange building. D&D, we also do services and sales, general plumbing such as PVC pipes and fittings, kitchen faucets, bathroom faucets, shower valve, and all the other functional parts needed for your loo or toilet. At D&D Plumbing, we have in stock inline ball valves, check valves, and all the other parts that are necessary for a job well done. And now for the big one, baby, don't forget your drain busters to unplug your waste pipes. People don't have to know your business. D&D also got your pressure reducing valve to reduce water intake, thus reducing your plumbing expenses. The reason why customers just keep coming to D&D is because of the great customer service, exceptional product knowledge, and hard to find plumbing items and tidbits. D&D on Lower Federation Drive, the full comprehensive plumbing services, repairs, maintenance, and installations. Just watch out for the green and orange building.
Of course, a few days ago, I received a press release from the revolutionary government in Cuba there through the National Civil Defense Staff, informing the people of Cuba that due to the disruption in the external fuel supply, the fuel supply chain, and the critical depletion of our internal reserves, the country is on the verge of option zero. Technical analysis confirmed that unless a last-minute agreement is reached for an unforeseen shipment arriving in a few hours, fuel reserves will be depleted in the next few days. Given the imminence of this scenario, with an estimated 98% probability of activation, we are obligated to declare a state of total preparedness. From this moment forward, the entire national territory must assume that an energy collapse is imminent. What does that mean for the population? The zero option implies the total paralysis of a national life as we all know it. This is just another blackout. This is not just another blackout. It is the total suspension of electricity supply due to a lack of fuel for the generating plants and the consequent paralysis of transportation and distribution. I received that just a few days ago. Starting the next few hours, transportation will be completely paralyzed. There will be no urban passenger transport, buses, or long-distance national transportation. The only exceptions are the vehicles providing critical services, ambulances, fire trucks, armed forces, which will have limited strategic reserves. Of course, the electricity service will be widely interrupted and for extended periods. Generation will be limited exclusively to hospitals, medical facilities, and strategic security points. Households should prepare for 24-hour power outages except for the local microsystem and not fuel dependent. Water, the pumping of drinking water will cease or be severely limited. It is crucial that you store water in all available containers, bathtubs, buckets, tanks before the system collapses completely. All right, so let's just get another report there on the situation with Cuba.
Leaders and the people of the Caribbean island nation. President Trump says he wants to take action, while the leaders of the country remain defiant. At first glance, life in Cuba's capital of Havana feels familiar. The famous Malecon Avenue by the sea, the colorful buildings and antique cars. But these street scenes, quieter than just a few months ago, disguise a city and a nation now in crisis.
The power hasn't come back on at my house, and we've been about 12 hours without lights.
And well, I plan to face the day as usual, just as Cubans do.
This week, the country faced the third wide-scale failure of its power grid since December. Without enough gas, less than half of Havana's trash trucks are allowed to run. Piles of garbage spill over into the historic streets. And as the sun sets, a now routine darkness takes over, with 10 million people left without light, pitch black streets, and no electricity to cook the little food people are able to find.
We are two older people, both in our 70s, and she's also sick. Our food has spoiled. I'm boiling 3 pieces of chicken to try and save something to eat because the situation is really bad.
Really bad, really bad. We have nothing left. We're doing really bad, and I just want to die so I can get some rest from this country. And God forgive me for speaking like this.
Cuba has long dealt with blackouts, a system hampered by an aging power grid, U.S. sanctions, and fuel shortages was further crippled after an American raid in Venezuela, Cuba's ally, led to a total energy blockade and to ramped-up threats from President Trump.
Taking Cuba, I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it. You want another truth? They're a very weakened nation right now.
A message echoed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
So they're in a lot of trouble. And the people in charge, they don't know how to fix it. So they have to get new people in charge.
Back on the island, anxiety about what comes next.
What will happen to Cuba, the world asks. And we're also here at this moment saying to ourselves, what will happen to us? But I truly believe, there will be dialogue and understanding.
And defying President Trump's sanctions, 2 tankers carrying crude oil are on their way to Cuba after Russia declared its unwavering solidarity. To share more about the evolving situation in Cuba, including the political stakes, I'm joined by Lillian Guerra, a professor of Cuban and Caribbean history at the University of Florida. Professor Guerra, welcome to the NewsHour. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So at the end of that report, you heard a little bit of hope from that gentleman there about dialogue between the U.S. and the Cuban government. What do we know about those talks and what could come of them?
Well, first, we know very little about the talks. We know that there are 2 major members of the Castro family who have been the spokespeople, allegedly. At least one of them is the grandson of Raul Castro, and the other has a similar relationship. He's the grandnephew of both Fidel and Raul. Now, both of these men have very, very high ranks in what is Gaesa, the Cuban military's corporate conglomerate that really controls 80% of the economy. And they have no legitimacy in the eyes of the Cuban people. It is important to note, though, that because they control the economy and they also control the armed forces, they are apparently the ones that Trump's administration is turning to in order to negotiate some form of transition. And I find that very problematic, along with probably a majority of Cubans in this country and those on the island.
So put that together with the U.S. calls for a change in leadership in Cuba. Could one of these people involved in the talks now be in charge, and what would that look like?
In fact, one of them, Oscar Perez Oliva Fraga, is often called the economy czar. And he was put forward as early as November of 2025 by the Cuban Communist Party itself as a replacement for President Miguel Díaz-Canel when he completes his term in office. So if he were to take power, it would actually be exactly what the Cuban Communist Party would like. I think that right now, we don't know exactly what is next. And the Cuban people don't know either, because they often don't have electricity and can't charge their phones. They don't have access to television. Their government censors the news. So they're really reliant in many ways on social media and word of mouth to find out what's happening. I think that the best case scenario would be one in which the Cuban government would finally do something to alleviate the economic and political repression on the island by simply saying that they will agree to legalize opposition political parties, and that in some way or another they will reduce the management of the economy by the armed forces, which really should have no role in managing the economy.
We should point out, too, a lot of people in Cuba rely on family members outside of the country to send in supplies, to send in money to help sustain them. How does all of that impact the Cuban economy, and what does that look like now?
Yes, actually, if Marco Rubio is right about one thing, it is that there is still a subsidy in Cuba, and that subsidies are what the Cuban government has been dependent on. So that subsidy is the billions of dollars a year in goods and in cash that Cubans like myself send their relatives, and we will find any way to do so. A lot of money comes in simply with mules, which are people who travel to Cuba from Colombia, from Mexico, from New York, wherever they can travel, and they charge commission and they bring in things for our family. We are allegedly, according to many economists' measures, supporting about 40% of the population. I think that part of the problem with that scenario in general is that not everybody has family abroad, and the vast majority of Black Cubans, who comprise at least 40 to 50% of the population, do not have family abroad. It's more than poverty, it's immiseration. And all we have are different degrees of immiseration among people.
Russ, we've got about 30 seconds left, but I have to ask, Cuba's faced crises before. Do you see this one leading to real change in the country?
I think that something will happen because the expectations are extremely high.
All right, Dominica, on the line with me just for a few minutes, away from his busy schedule, Dr. Damian Dublin, a graduate there from Cuba many years ago. I know he's very, very concerned as to the situation at this time. Let me allow Dr. Damian, of course, to speak to the challenges that he may know about and, what help, if any, that former graduates can, assist our students and, of course, other persons in Cuba. Dr. Damian Dublin, good morning to you. Thanks for
Morning,
joining.
Matt.
Morning
Thanks
to
for
you.
the opportunity.
Of
I
course.
think it's really, I just want to say that the situation in Cuba is critical. We all know the reasons. 60 plus years of economic and trade embargo. I mean, it's just worrying the impact it has had, and even more stringent measures. And recently, just the fact that I think what they're trying to do is just to strangle Cuba, cut off all possible means of income, energy sources, and then hope they can stir up an internal confusion and protest that could lead to probably a change in the government. And I want to say, as a proud graduate of Cuba from 1987, I mean, Cuba has been good to us, good to Dominica, good to the world. I mean, Cuba has just been good to the world. I mean, just quickly, we have to recognize the role of Cuba in the liberation of South Africa, where they actually send soldiers in Angola and these places to defeat apartheid and set up a chain of reaction in the liberation movement. We know of Cuba's role in the immediate Caribbean. I mean, all the islands have students who have graduated and are making tremendous contribution to their, to the health system and all other areas. As far as Africa, I'll tell you, I met students in Cuba from maybe so many different countries from Africa who were orphans. I mean, victims of war, their parents dead, and Cuba accepted them. Some of them went primary, secondary, university, graduated, and then went on their way. So Cuba has been good to the world, and I really want to condemn this recent acts of aggression against Cuba. Cuba is not a threat to the United States. It is not. I really to see why. But the reality is the good thing is that a lot of countries are responding. I mean, there are people from all over Canada, Mexico, all these countries are stepping forward to help.
But a former student, a name I will not declare, of course, exposed. He says CARICOM, Russia, China, and I see Russia trying to send 2 tankers there. So also the international community have betrayed the Cuban people. It's sad. Would you agree with that?
No, I wouldn't say they are betrayed. I think they are trying to help. Some, like China, is helping in its way. They're providing solar panels and helping to build the solar farms which are started. So they're helping. Canada is helping. Even individual citizens within Canada are putting together. In fact, there is a convoy, they call it an international convoy of different organizations and countries coming together to bring relief. I think they should be on their way. Mexico has sent. So I don't think they are betrayed. It's just that it's making it's difficult because the thing is, whoever, like whichever country would want to help, America watching them and probably might profit of sanctions. So some have been very cautious not to go directly, but the response is tremendous. Locally, we have an account. The number is 115003319. That's in the name of the Guild of Graduates. It's at MBD. So people could contribute directly to that fund, and we'll find ways to get the monies up. I need to commend the parents of the students here who have been successful in sending containers, at least 2 or 3, to Cuba to their children, to their parents. I mean, they have done it against tremendous odds. I mean, they are persistent. In fact, they just got one recently. It takes time. It takes a few months, but eventually they succeed. The ambassador is doing what he can to facilitate the process. The Cuban ambassador here, we in touch with him. He's tried his best to see how we can.
As a matter of fact, I did reach out to him this morning, and he said, Matt, yes, we're facing difficult situation, but my country is functional, and we're taking care of the challenges. So he seemed like an optimistic, besides the challenges, an optimistic ambassador.
I agree with him. He should be optimistic because Cuba survived 60 plus years. I mean, just imagine a country surviving 60 plus years of economic and trade embargo from a mighty neighbor. Havana is just 90 miles from Miami. So you have a population of 11 million people. If you take a different approach, you delete them, you know the amount of benefits for both countries in terms of trade. There are a lot of Americans who was willing to just be able to go there, invest, and do what they have to do. When Obama tried to normalize relations, I mean, people were just, it was very different, but the new president came, he tried to overturn everything. But it is what it is, Matt. The situation is crucial, but we are optimistic that Cuba will survive and do what it has to do.
Well, yes, sir, but thank you for the interview. I tried reaching out to our own ambassador there, Mr. Ian Douglas, who seemed to have, different. He just said that the students are doing fine, but declined an interview. That's for him. But I want to say thank you, and the Cuban ambassador to Cuba, Dominican Cuban ambassador, is very willing to speak and, of course, speak to the situation. So I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Dublin, for, of course, reaching out and trying to see just what is happening there, and any information as it relates to our students and how they're affected.
115003319. That's the account at NBD. So anybody willing to contribute, because as you know, it's difficult from our end to get items and so on to good. So we figure maybe the cash might be the best thing. We can get it through the embassy, and they will know how to get it across. So we figure that is the best way.
Have you had a chance to speak with the foreign minister? I'm trying to get him this morning in terms of, what Dominica per se is doing for Cuba.
Well, I would say the government has always expressed solidarity with Cuba in various forums. So these are important to maintain the narrative. Also at the United Nations. The interesting thing, Matt, is in the United Nations every year there is a vote where the majority of the countries, except maybe 2 or 3, have voted for the embargo to be lifted. And year that's happening. But the way United Nations is set up is that even though you pass the resolution, overwhelmingly, you still cannot enforce it. It's still up to the state that put it on.
But of course, we've heard Trump, and it appears, and many, of course, of his followers say that the dictatorship in Cuba must end. Hence, what's going on here. If we change the system of government, things will change in Cuba. Would you agree with that?
Well, what I'm saying, reform is an ongoing process. I won't say to change this system. or the government. I think the Cubans are the one who have to decide what form of government they want. I don't think anybody has the right, which is what has been happening in these times. Yeah, people want to decide, well, because they have their own system, that you should have the same system. You do what's working for you. You can't say Iran shouldn't have that system or wherever, or go to war because somebody has a different system and you want to enforce yours. And we need our own system now, which is supposed to be democratic. Some of your practices are almost like dictatorship. So it's a lot of hypocrisy, I would say, when people try to force systems on other people. But let the Cubans decide whatever. I think I would say that they have to review the system carefully and see how best they can adapt to ensure, that in terms of investments. But they have started recently where they open to investments from Cubans out of Cuba.
You'd be totally against an invasion into Cuba, though. I see Trump is indicating things like that, invading Cuba. So you would totally be against that.
Totally against. What I'm saying is Cuba is no threat to the United States. The United States would be better off having at least a better relationship with Cuba in terms of trade, because it's going to benefit both nations. I mean, the proximity so close. You have 11 million people already market for your goods and your businesses. So I think you have to take a different approach rather than that aggressive. I want to, I want to impose my system, or I want to control your resources, like Venezuela. I want to come and control your oil, change your system. All of a sudden, the system now that you have the oil, the system in Venezuela seems to be okay because they don't talk about it anymore. It's strange, but that's what it will is. That's what we have to fight against. But we just have to remain strong and keep our solidarity with Cuba. They really need it at that time.
All right, of course, Doctor. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Of course, anytime. Hello, thank you. See, he's so willing to talk, and our ambassador, Mr. Ian Douglas, chose to decline an interview. 9:26. Hello, are you there? Yes.
Yes, Matt. Good morning.
Morning to you, sir.
How are you?
I'm trying my best.
Matt, I remember before Trump picked up Maduro, weeks before that, there was a big one cry over the Caribbean and over the world. People were giving their perspective as to what will happen if Trump going to Cuba, if Trump going to Venezuela. There will be a war. China will this, Russia will this, Venezuela will this. Everybody was giving their perspective. Even our own ambassador in Dominica, Mr. Crispin Gregoire, was giving his prediction as to what will happen. And so far the country was in a kind of a phony feeling. Trump went into Venezuela and Trump picked up Maduro. Up to now, I haven't heard a word, Matt, from countries including Dominica, Matt, up to now, they predict so many things that will happen if Trump deal with Venezuela president. Trump pick up the man so swiftly. Up to now, I'm waiting and I'm yet to hear a word from CARICOM and our own leader. No, Cuba is in a situation there right now. Remember, when it suits Kerry, they're rushing to talk about Cuba and what Cuba has done for us and blah, 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 blah. What I would like you to do, Matt, I would like you to call Austria and Kerry to get their perspective, because they are also part of Cuba. When Dominica was benefiting under Venezuela and Cuba with gas, Kerry and Austria tell Dominicans light bill will go down. Up to now, they scandal and do everything with Petrocarib money, and light bill never go down. So what I would urge you to do as a journalist, to get a better perspective, other countries will step in and help Cuba to do what they have to do, because Cuba have a government, they will fight what they have to do, and other countries will come in. But I would like you to get a perspective from Austria and Skerrit and ask them what they think, so we can hear from them what they have to say. Thank you, Matt.
All right, thank you. Tell Mr. Dublin 90% of Cubans in Cuba wants regime change. Another, of course, perspective here. As I said, I spoke to the Cuban ambassador through a text message this morning. He's willing to talk. It's kind of busy there, of course, dealing with the challenges, but we are hoping that we can engage him, the Cuban ambassador, in an interview sometime next week. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there?
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you, yes.
I called my friend in Cuba, but his telephone just rang out. I sent him a WhatsApp, and I hoping if the system is working, he will always reply me. And whenever he does, I will give you a report based on what he tells me.
Okay.
But when I meet Dr. Dublin, I'm going to tell him I am very, very, extremely disappointed with him because he didn't address what you asked him. He keep talking about embargo over 60 years ago. That's not what crippling Cuba is, not the embargo. It's the system of government they have that is crippling them. He tell you about Cuba went to Angola and they helped to suffer. That is true, but if they were democratic, they would have even be able to do more. You know, and Dr. Dublin must agree that system has failed. And he tell you that only the Cuban people should decide what they want. They know in their mind what they want, as the last caller said, over 90% of them want change, but they are not being given the chance to get to exercise their choice, the change they want, and that is the problem, Dr. Dublin. And you know that, so stop being hypocrite. You are not supporting that kind of system of government. It has failed completely. And that is why the people are suffering like that. He went on to tell you on 2 occasions that Cuba is not a threat to America. Yes, Cuba is not a threat to America. They are a threat to their own people. That is what is happening. They are a threat to the Cuban people. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt. These guys have no knowledge of the current situation in Cuba. For the past 2 years, Cuban families have been sourcing echo flows to sustain themselves with electrical power. The government should reach out and provide these resources out to the students in Cuba this morning. Somebody else says, I'm a proud proud Cuban graduate, and Cuba will overcome this latest attempt by Trump to bring down the Cuban government, just as Iran is defeating Israel and the U.S. is in their illegal war on Iran. In the words of Fidel, the motherland of death, victory always. 4493095. Congratulations to Dr. Dublin for having the courage to speak out. Vince Henderson, Roosevelt Scarrett, and Ian Douglas should demonstrate the same courage and speak out. All right, and the next few minutes, our friends there from Esmart coming up. Hello, talk to me. Yes, come on.
Good morning, Mr. Matt.
Yes, sir, please.
I call you Matt Theory.
It's okay, you can call me Matt. I'm Matt. Yes.
I'm listening to Dr. Dublin.
Yes,
I have many friends that went to Cuba and it was bad when in those days. You could not even call your family. They send their opening your boxes and giving you something they to do. But let me tell you that I have Cuban nurses here. I like to make friends, their friends. And I tell you, either last year or year before last, there was a Cuban nurse and her boyfriend to the way at the hospital, and she was telling me she would make a made for me. So she said to me, she started to cry and cry and cry, telling me they're going to send, they would back their time over. So I hold her by Lindo Magda and I prayed for her and I talked to her and I assure her, don't worry, God will send you back. And she told me, you sure? I prayed for her. One day I go, I'm not sure where since I went. I met her there. When I met her, I said, hey. When she see me, she jumped on me and she hugged me and she kissed me and she told me, so she's back, she's happy in Dominica. And she said to me that you will really say God will send me back. Here I am. And she's working. You understand? And many others who meet, they're happy. When you see they come and shop, they have their little bag, they're smiling and they're going up and they're happy. So if Mr. Douglas is saying the people are all right, certain. So you come to my country, a foreigner, you will be all right, and we are not all right. So if the people are not all right, things are not in our children, I don't say it have great suffering, but there are things going on. But Mr. Douglas, can't go out and just talk like that. You have to wait when he's standing, when you have to talk. So that is why he can't say anything, and he'll tell you get back to him if he get back to you. But I'm saying that the students are happy to be in Dominica because it is rough, and even though the money is small as it is here, they are happy to get it and happy to be wherever they are. God bless you. Have a nice day.
God bless you too. 4493095. Matt, there are Cubans who want change for multiple different reasons. However, one thing Cubans in general don't want is external forces invading and controlling their island. I wish Dominicans inform themselves more rather than repeat sensational headlines. Geopolitics is not a one-brush paint all. Viva Revolution. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Good morning to you. Yes, are you there, caller?
Yes, good morning, Matt.
Yes.
Matt, about 45 years ago, missions used to send Dominican teachers to somewhere in Central America or South America, I can't remember. And at that particular university, they used to send those teachers. Dominicans were rated as the smartest people in the world. But today, to me, everybody in Dominica dance and sweat. Why Dominicans so sweat? They give Michelle so much maybe about Cuba. Michelle was harassed. The Cuban alumni in Dominica Association, all of them were saying so much, even when the National Youth Council in 1998 brought Michelle to the World and Youth and Student Festival in Cuba. And Dominicans were on Michelle's back. And today, it's a shame. It's a shame to see how Cuban people are treated in the Dominican rest of the Caribbean. It's a real shame. And anybody that come and talk, even Dr. Dumpy, I'm ashamed of him. All these people are just Dominicans turned into a big mess under Skerrit and his administration. It's a shame. And anybody who do not want to hear it, they have to hear it because that's how Dominica is. Dominica just become a ghetto. Have a blessed day, man.
Have a blessed day. How can the people of Cuba decide who should be their leader of or the type of governance system when they do not have a choice in that matter? I am totally against the current method being used to pressure the government to capitulate. However, the people of Cuba needs to be freed from the hands of this dictatorship that has been on their backs for over 6 decades. That's another point of view. We're going to take our last call and we'll move on to our friends there from Esmart. Good morning to you. Yes? We have 3 minutes. Yeah. Hello. Yes, go ahead, sir.
I like what Bill said. And that's what he said, 100%. That's all about it.
All right, thank you very much. We have 1 minute. Hello, talk to me. We don't have too much time.
Yeah, man, good morning.
Morning to you. Yes.
Man, Skerrit is negotiating with America now, you know. This guy, I'm not in Cuba business. Run by prisoners, I'm going to bring here. So if you Cuba not the boss.
Oh, that's your opinion. We have 2 minutes. Hello, talk to me. Yes?
Hey, Matt, good morning.
Morning to you. We have 2 minutes.
Okay, Matt, do you know the little boy they call Hypocrite?
A little boy called Hypocrite?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Matt, the Dominicans who are crucifying Cuba, they want Cuba needs democracy, Cuba needs that. Matt, is Burkina Faso a democratic country? Do this. Where you have Ibrahim Traoré that they worship him, did he win an election democratically?
Not from what I know, no.
No, but he is being hailed as a great leader, okay? Because he's putting an end to corruption and all those stupidness there. Cuba is one of the countries where corruption cannot thrive, Matt. They don't want corruption there. So you cannot go and seek refuge there running from your country if you committed corrupt acts. And they want Cuba to bring in their form of government that suits America, that goes America's way. Right? America does not, what America has is not democracy, you know. Because if America had democracy, Trump would be in prison. That's what we want in Cuba? No. We want the same thing that's going on in Burkina Faso. That's what we need in Cuba and in plenty of Caribbean countries that claim to be democratic. Okay? So while you hailing Ibrahim Traoré was a great leader, he did not win democratically. You call another country to go into democracy. That is hypocrisy.
All right, caller. Now we have to go. Esmart is next. And at the top of the hour, we have to join a news conference. Of course, celebrating, observing the anniversary of March 19th, when many people were arrested there for standing up. Stick around, Dominica. This is Q95.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at Esmart. Shop at Esmart.
Smart at Esmart.
Oh, my favorite shop.
Smart at Esmart.
Top up flow and digital.
Smart at Esmart.
Sunday to Sunday.
Open on holidays.
Shop Smart at Esmart.
Much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality services. Unlimited parking. All the best products at Esmart. You get the best prices.
Smart at Esmart.
For decades, Springfield Trading Limited has provided Dominica with a very trusted distribution platform of the highest quality, best prices. Every day can't do without products and consumer brands. And as the Springfield Trading wheels of distribution continue to turn, we serve this nation with distinction on all levels, supported by a unique merchandising service, serving all major accounts across Dominica, the best daily distribution mobile network, and a dedicated support team. It is no doubt that Springfield Trading is being saluted for its market service confidence, efficiency, and consistency. With quality in everything, Springfield Trading is providing the brands you know and have come to trust, depend, and rely on with glowing confidence. Distributors for holiday foods, grab a holiday, Fruta, real fruit juice, juiced right. Buster, you've gotta have a Buster. Chubby, every day is fun day. Colgate, a world of care. Crooks Biscuits, your vital supplies. Cadbury chocolate, makes every day delicious. And so many more products, only from Springfield Trading Limited, where quality is everything.
Let's say good morning to our Rose from Esmart this morning. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, Matt, I must say I'm doing good. Today is a bright day in Dominica. And let me just say that today is a great day to go down to Esmart. And for those of you who have never been to Esmart, we are ideally located on the E.O. Leblanc Highway. We are next to E.H. Charles and Company and Do-It Center. Today, let me just say to you that you need to go down to Esmart. You need to visit Esmart Delhi. And let me just say to you, when you are in a smart supermarket, there is always something great going on. And there is always something healthy for you at Esmart. So today we're just going to talk about healthy foods and healthy teas. So today, let me just say to you that if you go down to Esmart, presently we have Bigelow, and I think that everybody knows about Bigelow. That's the healthiest teas you can think of. So we have the Cozy Camomile tea, and we all know that it is very, very healthy. It's herbal, and anything that is herbal is good. And I can tell you that it is pure chamomile and it is healthy for you. And the price is only $16.95. I can tell you it is really selling out quickly. So if you go down to Esmart, please try to buy more than one box because it's not often you're going to get it. We also have the mint medley. Mint medley. It's a blend of cool garden spearmint. It's a blend of cool blended spearmint. And I can tell you, peppermint tea, there is no caffeine. There is no caffeine in this tea. So you just have to go down to Esmart, caffeine-free herbal tea. We also have the orange and spice herb tea, also herb. And I can tell you, it's a beautiful blend of citrus and zesty spice. Also caffeine free. Also, if you go down to Esmart, you will get green tea with pomegranates. Green tea with pomegranates. That's a mix, I can tell you. It is good. It is healthy. It's delicious. It's a great tea with added touch of sweet pomegranates. Also, we have the English breakfast tea. And I hope you all are taking note of these teas. Make sure you take note of the tea. So when you come down to Esmart, you know exactly what you are going to pick up. And as I said, it is going quickly. So yes, so the English breakfast black tea, it's green tea with mint, and I can tell you it's a signature green tea with smooth, refreshing mint. Also, we have the green tea with elderberry. Green tea with elderberry plus vitamins. It has vitamin C. It's 100 daily value, supports health and immune system, supports health and immune system. So I hope you have the notes and you make your way down to Esmart. And like I said, these teas, I can tell you, the prices is really great, only $16.00, because I know that right now with the prices so high on everything, teas are like $21. But at Esmart, it is $16.95. We also have the peppermint herb tea with strawberry. So please make sure that you go down to Esmart and get your teas without caffeine. And just to say to you that at Esmart, presently, we have all your fruits and vegetables for you. So I'm going to tell you everything about your fruits before we take a break. So please listen and take notes. So if you go down to Esmart right now, you get pomegranates. Yes, it is available. And as I told you, it's going quickly. We also have dragon fruits. Dragon fruits, we also have that. We have cantaloupe. We have honeydew. We have pears, we have kiwi, we have peach, we have nectarine, we have plum. Now, we also have strawberries. Yes, strawberries is available right now. So you can go down to Esmart and get your strawberries, your raspberry, blueberries, red berries. And like I said, we have the best you can think of in terms of your grapes. We have black seedless grapes. We have red global grapes. And of course, something you need for your health, very important, especially the high blood pressure. We have the red beet. And I always encourage everybody to buy red beets because I know the importance of it. Like I said, I always put myself in it because I got my stroke and it's only God who kept me alive. So if you have the high blood pressure, please get your beets. And I can assure you, when you blend your beets with carrots, it's one of the best drinks you can have for high blood pressure. It is available at Esmart. Also, we have broccoli, fresh broccoli. So you can go down to Esmart and ensure that you get this item. Also, if you go down to Esmart, you will get your tofu. You will get soft. You will get medium, firm, and extra firm in the tofu. And just to say to you that in terms of getting good, healthy bread is at Esmart. That's the place where you will get your bagels. We have wheat, we have plain, and we have the avocado bagels. And I can tell you that's healthy with seeds, all different kinds of seeds on these bagels. And the bagels, you have like 6 sizes, with 6. With the avocado, it has 4, but 4 really big bagels. So you just have to go down to Esmart. And now we will take a break and be right back.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at Esmart. Shop at Esmart.
Smart.
Oh, my favorite shop.
Smart. Get a top up flow and digital. Smart.
Sunday.
Open on holidays. Shop Smart. So much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited parking. All the best products at Esmart. You get the best prices.
Smart at Smart.
For decades, Springfield Trading Limited has provided Dominica with a very trusted distribution platform of the highest quality, best prices. Every day can't do without products and consumer brands. And as the Springfield Trading wheels of distribution continue to turn, we serve this nation with distinction on all levels, supported by a unique merchandising service, serving all major accounts across Dominica, the best daily distribution mobile network, and a dedicated support team. It is no doubt that Springfield Trading is being saluted for its market service confidence, efficiency, and consistency. With quality in everything, Springfield Trading is providing the brands you know and have come to trust, depend, and rely on with flowing confidence. Distributors for holiday foods, grab a holiday, Fruta, real fruit juice, juiced right. Buster, you've gotta have a Buster. Chubby, every day is fun day. Colgate, a world of care. Crooks Biscuits, your vital supplies. Cadbury chocolate, makes every day delicious. And so many more products, only from Springfield Trading Limited, where quality is everything.
What's your plan for today? Well, I just want to pass by Esmart to pick up my diabetes tablets.
But Mama, Esmart selling snacks and groceries, not those many.
No, the new Esmart pharmacy I'm talking about. Yes, not too long they open. They have all kinds of medicine there. The price is good. They even testing your pressure for free. And they have drive-through too.
Drive-through pharmacy? Well, I'll check you. We'll pick up your tablets in the Esmart pharmacy drive-through.
Esmart Pharmacy, the new, warm, and convenient pharmacy in town, located in the Esmart parking lot. Experience care and convenience.
Gotta get it juicy, yeah. You got to get it juice right and get the real juice, the one with the filter inside, yeah.
No ordinary fruit make it into Fruta. We carefully select the juiciest, fruitiest fruit.
Looking for your taste, yeah. You know it is. You try it with the best. You know it's filter inside, yeah.
So you get the real fruit in every sip. Fruta, only the best get juice.
Fruta, juice right, yeah.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at Esmart. Shop at Esmart.
Shop smart at Esmart. Get some lotto.
Oh, my favorite shop.
Smart at Esmart. Get a top up flow and digital. Shop smart at Esmart.
Sunday.
Open on holidays. Shop smart at Esmart. So much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited parking. All the best products at Esmart. You get the best prices.
Smart at Esmart.
Back to you, Rosemary.
Yes, let me just say to our customers that if you go down to Esmart, we have a large selection of shredded cheese, especially for people who are making their macaroni and cheese. I know every Sunday people make their macaroni and cheese and you need shredded cheese. And of course, for people who are using, your cream cheese, I can tell you that's the cream cheese you get at the lowest price in Dominica. And just imagine it's 3 pounds in the cheese. And it is only $53. And I can tell you it's really going quickly. So get your cream cheese at Esmart. Also, I want you to visit our household department in the supermarket. Like I said, we have everything at Esmart, all right? So there is the household department. And in the household department, I can tell you, that you will get your garlic squeezer, you will get your lemon squeezer, because you do not want to be squeezing lemons, with your hand. You want to put it in the squeezer, and as soon as you squeeze, you have all the juice. You don't want no juice to waste, right? So get your lemon squeezer at Esmart. We have dessert bowls. We also have bamboo skewers, and we all know that when you are selling your hot dogs, you need to get the bamboo skewers. Okay, so it is available at Esmart, and it have 100 in the packet. Please ensure you visit the household department. We have pizza pan. We have pizza pan that will last you for years because of the quality. So if you want to get extra large, yes, we have extra large, because probably you want to be selling pizzas, so you need the extra large ones. It's also there for you. We have trays. If you want trays, just visit Esmart. We also have the swing board. So in that swing board, I can tell you that it have more than one board in it, and it can really do what you really want to do. We also have the deep pie. You right? Deep pie plain plates. Okay, so you can get that. And also we have classic round kitchen bowls. Classic round kitchen bowls. Bowls to put your lunch when you are going to work, and bowls, you want to cook and you want to put your food in your bowl. You want to have it covered. Yes, it is at Esmart. We also have mechanical kitchen scales. Mechanical kitchen scale. Yes, it is available for only $35. So get your scale, because you want to be checking your weight every morning. It's a bedroom scale. And do not wait, because as I said to you, it's going quickly. Okay, so get your scale at only $35. Also, we have the 6-piece bowl. And just imagine, you have a bowl and it comes with a grater. So if you have your bowl and you want to grate, something, you have the grater one time. So if it's carrot, you decide you grating, you just grate your carrot in the bowl. That's what you call quality product, and it's available at Esmart. We also have bottles and jugs for your juice. If you want a large jug, if you want a small jug, if you want bottles to put your water, to put your juice, all these available at Esmart. And I can tell you, in terms of glasses, you just go down to Esmart. Imagine you have glasses for whiskey. You have glasses to drink wine. You have glasses for your water. And I can tell you, it have some glasses you really have to go to get these glasses, because even if it fall on the ground, it's not going to be broken. That tells you about the quality of the glasses. So you see, you have to really visit Esmart. Okay. Now I just want you to know that when you go to Esmart Delhi, it's not only the lunch that you get, it's not only the breakfast that you get. You can also buy lots more in the deli. So if in case you want to buy like half-pound cheese, and quality cheese, I'm talking about brand of cheese, you can get that. If you want to get, it's a lot to tell you about. So you just have to go in the deli and visit all the things that you can buy by pound or quarter pound or whatever you want to buy. Now, also at the deli, you can get these stuff like, let me tell you, we have apple tarts. It's made right in the deli, right there. And what is good about it, you can see how it is made. So you know it is good, it is clean, because you can see everything. So you can see them making it, the apple tarts. You can see custard tarts. You can see cinnamon swirl. I can tell you it's good, the cinnamon swirl especially. We have plain croissant. We also have multigrain baguettes, the baguettes, I can tell you it is good. Multigrain baguettes. So we have half baguettes and we have the whole long baguettes. Okay. Also, you can get loaf, multigrain, and loaf swill. It's available in the deli. Now, before I close, let me just call on the farmers. We always call on farmers, and I'm always saying to the farmers, just continue planting, because we in Dominica, we have to depend on what we grow, because we know we are looking, everybody, we have to check our health. Very, very important. So farmers, today we are looking for string beans. Yes, so if you have string beans, we need string beans. We need tanya. We need avocado. We need soursop. We need apricots. We need limes. And we need yams. Now I need you to contact Rian. Contact Rian at telephone number 275-2367. One more time. Telephone number 275-2367. Let me just say to you, have a blessed day. And we at Esmart, we love you and we appreciate you. And of course, Rosemary, love you.
Have a nice day, return. Have a nice weekend. And we'll see you again next week, same time.
Yeah.
All right, back to you.
For all your shopping needs at the best prices in Dominica, shop at Esmart. Shop smart at Esmart.
Shop smart at Esmart. It's no lotto.
Oh, my favorite shop.
Smart at Esmart.
Get a top-up flow and digital.
Shop smart at Esmart.
Sunday to Sunday.
Open on holidays.
Shop smart at Esmart.
So much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited parking. All the best products at Esmart. You get the best prices.
Shop smart at Esmart.
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening event, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay locked for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95. The big station.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
Courts is giving you the chance to experience the Caribbean's premier music and arts event, the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Every Courts purchase of $2,999 or more from now to April 23rd gives you a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip for two. To enjoy the music, the flair, and to create unforgettable memories for you and your guests. Don't miss this opportunity. Shop today, only at Courts, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Dominica, it's your turn to stand for Dewash.
If you want to kill me or you plan to kill me, go right ahead and do it, brother. I have no fear of nothing, no one at all.
Don't allow the authorities to destroy nature, the rivers, the mountain, the nature isle.
Don't call and complain about Dominicans not standing up. Where are you?
Make the call. Save Dewash.
It's not a war against the people. It's a war against wicked principalities in high and low places.
They're taking it to the next level. The courts. Call and make your contribution to save Dewash this Friday, 1 to 3. Make that call. Save Dewash.
Dominica, get ready for the massive UWP General National Meeting in Lyon, Saturday, March 21st. A massive crowd of patriotic Dominicans will gather to hear and to be informed of the state of the estate of Dominica. Team Dominica, the United Workers' Party, and thousands of dedicated supporters. Cost of living in Dominica is suffocating. Saturday, March 21st. Join the United Workers' Party. The silent majority is ready. From the north, the south, the east, and the west, an impactful lineup revealing shocking revelations. Stand with confidence for liberation and salvation. People in Dominica are frustrated, disappointed, even betrayed. You are not alone. The masses will converge in line Saturday, March 21. Come and join the crowd. Be part of history with the UWP, the United Workers' Party. Power must change hands. This election cycle, it's all the way with the United Workers' Party. Surprising revelations.
The man that's been for too long, not making no more.
At Court, get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Court, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
All right, Dominica, we're standing by to carry you a live broadcast of a news conference done by the IRC. So stick around for the next hour. In the meantime, enjoy some pan instrumental music. Ways, of course, to join the live news conference.